Hi folks, welcome to another Monday Marks Market Update. Today I'm going to talk about best practice in valuing a property, and there's a lot more involved than you might realise. There's three major ways that you tend to get your property valued by an agent, and I'll run through them with you quickly. But just wrapping up the week that's been with auctions, 72 properties went to auction and that clearance rate hit 72%, so nice even numbers there. Alright, let's jump straight into this topic because it is an important one. I reckon there's three main ways that agents value property. One of them is they come in, ask what you want, have a bit of a look around, and miraculously you happen to pick a figure very similar to what you thought you wanted for sale. That's not really a great way to value a property, but I tell you what, it happens a lot out there. The agents spend about 30 seconds constructing their price for you. The second one spends a little bit more time. The agent might spend 5 minutes or so, and they do what's called a data dump. And that means they simply print off every property that might have sold in the last 6 or 9 months in the suburb. There's no analysis, there's just street address and price. Perhaps they filter it by bedroom numbers. That's about it. Now that information doesn't really tell you anything, rather it just gives you the spread of property sales. So I'm going to show you best practice and what we do. Here's an example of one that we've done for a client. The first step though is to actually look for comparative sales data. So what else is in the area that might be selling? For this particular client, there were no other relevant properties that were actually on the market for sale. So we weren't able to present any of that data, but that in itself told an important story about supply demand and showed this particular Warramanga property had very little competition. So then what we did is we went and looked at the most recent sales data. So we're going back really 3 or 4 months and sometimes just results obtained a week or so before we met this client. And we're looking at particular data sets. For a start, although the property was in Warramanga, we also looked at relevant properties in Weston, Rivet that you see here, Fisher, Rivet again, Fisher, Warramanga, Weston, Rivet, Warramanga, and have a look at how many properties we went through. A number there, probably 11 or 12 properties went into that analysis. Let's have a quick look at the data that we're looking at, because again, this is the depth of information your agent needs to show you. The address of the property, the stats on the home, bedrooms, bathrooms and garaging, the date that it was actually sold to see how recent and relevant it is, and of course its sale price. We're interested in its method for sale. Here it's sold prior. We're also interested if there were a number of price changes during the process and how long it took to obtain that price point. It's very important to track down the size of the home along with the size of the block, because those components have a hand-in-hand links to what the price might achieve. And we then go through and pick all of the benefits and features and selling points of the property. We're looking at its position in the suburb, whether it's on a busy road, whether it's got a swimming pool, whether it's got large entertaining spaces or renovation works done to it. And that takes hours upon hours upon hours to produce, and all of our team work on that prior or just immediately after we've met a client, so we can professionally discuss the value of their property. So folks, if you're interviewing a few agents and they come in and just give you a bit of a figure off the cuff or a data dump of properties which takes 2 or 3 minutes, that is probably not the agent that you want to align with. Work with ones like us who are going to spend this amount of time and go into this amount of detail, because getting the price right allows the whole rest of the campaign to go well from there. I hope that really helps. Have a fabulous week. See you next time.